Battery's charged. Gentlemen, welcome back to my desk, and in this episode we're going to be unboxing an order from HobbyKing, which just cost me 26 quid in import tax. So on one hand I'm a bit pissed, on the other hand I did choose UPS and I did want it here quite quickly, so let me have a look at the invoice. The invoice was invoice total $69.30, shipping $15.18, and that cost me £25.19 in import tax from UPS. I'm just one of the dodgy sides of selecting a faster courier method from HobbyKing or any of the China-based websites. So I'm not even going to get into the topic about import tax. It is what it is, and I've had to pay it because I wanted the kit inside. So I'm here trying to fight my way in, and let's see if we can get in there. At least the box looks like it's been withstood the journey. I hope it enjoyed its first class flight. Let's get her open and see what we got. Okay, by the way, I can tell you, you wouldn't believe how small some of this kit is. Ooh. By the way, save these for your kids. They absolutely love them. Get them to stamp on them. So anyway, what have I been and received? I have been and received 2 receivers and a module for the Tyrannus. Now, you may be wondering, well, Matt, why on earth did you spend like $85 on this kit? In short, it is 433 megahertz transmitter module for the back of the Tyrannus, and I also went and bought 2 receivers as well. And the reason why I bought 2 is because, number one, it would be so frustrating if one of them didn't work. Chances are the transmitter will be fine, plus because I got to program it as well, so it will be alright, I'm sure. But receivers, yeah, that would have been very frustrating. So I bought 2, and again, fingers crossed, both of them will work. They'll be fine. And the second one, I'm going to put in a different model for basically distance. That's the reason for going for a unit like this. So let's take a look at the module itself. We get a little dipole antenna. Now, do note, I will not be throwing this one away because these are for 433 megahertz. They're not like a little rubber ducky, which we get for the 5.8 gigahertz. These do need to be kept separate because they are special. They're not just a standard rubber ducky. They are rubber ducky, but they will work fine while I've got some special dipoles on the way to me as well. So let's take a look at the receiver. The sticker's not even stuck down on that one. Happy days. This is the first time which I've been and seen them as well. So by the looks of it, we get RSSI pumped out on this channel. We get 8 channels coming out. We've got a serial port, so I am assuming, so as I've been and stuck that sticker down, it probably don't want to come back up again. Aha. Great, there's no extra labeling on that. That's going to make it fun. We've got a serial port on there. I'm not entirely sure why. And we've got another port on there which says AVR ISP. Don't know what that means. And there's a big lump on the bottom which I'm assuming is a coil of some form. I genuinely don't know what that is. I'm just going to have a poke in there. No idea what's in there, and to be frankly honest, I'm not going to take the back off to even see what's in there. But it is like a bit of an awkward device to get in. I am going to go on Thingiverse and see if there is a case which maybe I can print for this, because what I would really like to do is like what I do with the other models which I've got, is embed this in a wing, and it would probably be a lot easier to embed if I have a box set up for this one. So yeah, very, very curious. So yeah, that's the receiver, and yeah, it's an SMA adapter on the end of these, if you're wondering, and we know that because in the antenna we've got a pin in it. So happy days on that front. Now for the receiver, let's open this one up. Same again, slightly different receiver than normal. We've got a fail-safe button, we've got an OK button, a warning button. and a board inside, and I'm guessing we got some. We need to program this one apparently somehow or other. I need to get on the old U-balls and see what other people have done for the setup of these. So I do know that they don't work straight out of the box. You do need to do some tweaking or something with them. So that'll be fun, I'm sure. That'll be the pins. So I'm just here having a look myself. Trying to see through the plastic, which I really cannot see, but I can tell you, you won't be able to see this on. I'm here looking at it myself, but there's no point me trying to show you on the camera because you just won't see it. So what I'm going to do is go and take a photo, and I'm going to take one photo specifically, which is, it looks like I've got some dodgy soldering on here. I can see it already through the actual the back of this box is opaque, and the last pin, which is on the end, and I'll stick a photograph up on your screen, looks like we've got a great big blob of solder on there, and I cannot tell for sure whether that is actually made a good solder joint or not. So I am going to have this apart before I go any further. In fact, screw it, why don't I go and do it now? I got a little, there's me with a Phillips screwdriver in my hand. Why don't I give it a whirl while I'm at it? So I didn't mean for this to be like a deconstruction episode. Oh, a little tip for you. Reel of sellotape. Put the screws in the reel of sellotape so that your screws then don't go wandering off. And if they do, they're contained inside the reel of sellotape. Little tip there for you. Just move this one round. 2 more screws. Let's get the bottom off. Well, the top off, depends which way you look at it. Come on, there we go. Yeah, they were done in there really well. Cool. Let's get those off. So hopefully this lid now, that now comes off. We've got the antenna one. I am going very, very gingerly with this as well. We've got a little buzzer in there. There's the 2 LEDs on the top. In fact, I am just going to pause to take a photograph so you can see more clearly on what I can see. So let me just do that very quickly, and I'll leave this in the video. There we go. And you'll be able to see that up on your screen right now. So that's the top side of the board. The white block on the left-hand side is the pins which stab into the back of our transmitter, or in my case, the Tyrannus. Right. In short, my camera's not playing ball. I think I've just used up all the memory on it, on the little card. But you're going to have to take my word for it. This top solder joint, let me just point this out. And again, I really don't know how this is going to come out on the camera for you. That top solder joint is just one great big blob of solder, and that's now put all the other solder joints in question. I can see part of the gold pad on the ground pin there, but it does look alright. The rest of them do look alright. It's just that top pin which looks like it's an internal programming board. And then the little board itself, I'm just checking over again. Apologies, I'm in here having a nose. They all look good. They all look good. It's just that one. It's just not very good at all. And before any going further, I just want to make sure that that antenna plugs down nice and safely. And yeah, I do believe that I do need to program this. Look, there we go. We've got reset, ground, MSI, SCK, MISO, and VCC. And then on the side, we've got ground, SDA, SCL, and VCC. So it does look like we've got a variety of ports available to us. That's the interface which I'm looking for. We got ground. I think that says GN5. We got VLC. We've got RX. We've got TX and DTR. So that looks like a standard programming port which we've got on there rather than these extra pins on the side. So I'm guessing we'll end up having to program it via those pins rather than the other two interfaces, which are what are I2C and whatever the other one which has eluded me. So yeah, there we go. That's what £25 odd of, let me get this the right way round, £25.99's worth of imports tax looks like. It's, yeah, $70 worth of products, $15 worth of shipping, and then another kick in the bollocks when it comes to the import tax. So hey ho, I can't grumble too much. I can't remember the last time I got, well, I remember the big time when I really did get slapped for import tax, but it's the way it is. I did pay for expedited shipping. I can't grumble too much. But yay, this means the Talon build can progress. Brilliant, and that goes hand in hand with the motors which came the other day as well. So happy days. I am going to place this lot very gingerly back into the box, and I need to get off and go on to U-Balls and see what I can find on the interwebs about the programming and the binding of these, because I've never done that before. But I do know that there is some programming required. I will let you know the status of that in one of the coffee mornings as soon as I've been and done it. So there you go. Thank you ever so much for joining me for this episode. If you've got any questions about these boards, please ask, but I don't promise that I will be able to help you. I will know more in a couple of days' time, and I'll share what I find in the RC coffee chats. So with that said, from myself, Matt, cheerios!